allegiance to the flag of the United
United
States,
States of America,
to the republic for which it stands,
and one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everyone should have received a copy of the minutes from the September 16th meeting. Are there any questions or revisions? Hearing none, do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. And we will turn the meeting over to Ivan.
Thank you. These seats are too small. All right, we're just gonna go right in order. The first one is Douglas Tarta Lot Consolidation, Penn Forest Township. And this is located. Most of these are located in Tolmanson Trails. And if you read your comments, please, if you have any questions, just all these are is lot line revisions, 2 lots, existing homes, there's no developer or development being proposed. And, let's see, the only thing they didn't do was, again, surveyor's seal, certification of ownership, the signature block, not completed, and natural features, so. Pointed out some general view comments, and I would recommend approval,
Conditional plan approval.
Additional.
condition, yeah.
Okay.
All right, are there any questions or discussions? Not, do we have a motion for conditional?
Harold, I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded.
Need a vote.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Dennis says aye.
Harold says aye.
No opposed?
Next is William Gerhard Lot Line Adjustment in Packer Township. This is located at 143638 Wenzel Run. We don't have a map. Hammered down. And again, it's a simple subdivision lot line revision. No wetlands or anything in that area. It's 16.02 acres and there's a 0.971 and they're gonna do one lot. It's a lot line revision, 16.02. On lot water and sewer existing. And I pointed out that doesn't conform to required drawing scales. The applicant is requesting a waiver. Distances of existing structures, front, rear, and the yard sideline not shown. Again, they're requesting a waiver. Existing contour lines in the plan are shown in 10-foot intervals. They want 5 foot, but they're requesting a waiver. All plans must specify, address the subject as whether any wetlands are on the site. And their total acreage any wetland is proposed to be disturbed should also be indicated that they're requesting a waiver from the SALDO requirements due to no development taking place. Again, they told them they have to record it per section 314. And I would recommend, again, plan approval on this.
Okay. Any questions or discussions? If not, do we have a motion for plan approval?
Harold, I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
The
The
next
ayes have it.
Next one is Barbara. The Forest, the Ryan and Susan Forest. Again, Penn Forest Township. And the lot joiner plan, Jonathan Shook. With the plan, again, 2 lots. Existing home, we're just combining the lot. And the owner statement again, surveyor statement shown in the applicants. It, certify that they're allowed on their property to inspect. Problem is it's not an issue, but these, section 3331.31 requiring all significant natural features to be shown. Penn Forest just updated their zoning ordinance and it's now 21016, and instead of the trees greater than 8 inches greater in caliber site, they have to show specimen trees. And again, I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Any questions or discussions? If not, do we have a motion for conditional plan approval?
I'll make
This is
the
Dennis,
motion.
so move.
First and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Next plan is the same thing. Combining 2 lots, surveyor did not sign. And they didn't find the application to allow them to inspect the site for the purposes of conducting a review and determining the compliance with the ordinance. Again, the waiver request is at 331.1, and we're gonna have to get a variance on that, and I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Any discussions or questions? If not, do we have a motion for conditional plan approval?
Harold, I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it.
And this next one is the Kotchers. Again, he didn't sign it. The owners didn't sign it, and this combining 2 lots. And again, we have the same issue with them authorizing the Penn Forest Township to enter the property and the section 331 requirements. And I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Any questions or
Ye-
discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. Ivan, just an idea, since none of these, I know Penn Forest changed their zoning, but since none of these comply with the identifying the significant natural features, would a requirement of an aerial photograph of the property, I know obviously it depends on what time of year it's done, to show tree cover or any streams or water? Has anyone ever thought of that?
No, but Jennifer copies the tax parcel maps of each of these properties, and it shows an aerial of each property, each tax parcel that we're talking about here.
Well, I'm talking about a
Drone.
photograph that maybe is more than just, and I don't have the parcels in front of me here. Something that actually shows the current tree cover.
But basically, these were taken in the fall, and they show that a lot of the trees are Dennis. I don't know if we can make them Penn Forest do that. That would have to come from Penn Forest. Can you see these? Where are you at?
No. I don't know how you figure that.
Can you see like these tax maps?
Yes, yep.
That's what I go on when I go
Yeah.
out there.
Okay.
I'm not saying the tax maps are correct. I'd say 95% of the time they are, but other than that, no. And this next one is,
Anything else,
No.
Dennis? Anybody else? If not, do we have a motion for conditional plan approval?
This is Dennis, so move.
Harold, second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Another lot line revision. And this time, there, it's a new, these new surveyors, this Lally, he's requesting 331 section that can, 0.515 contour lines. 333.31 significant natural features, including all trees of 8 inches or height greater than caliper size, and 331 plan scales from 1 each equals 40 feet. They're all going by the old ordinances, and they're not doing their due diligence in researching these. And they keep submitting them, we keep sending them back to them. And they have to request waivers, and Penn Forest has been granting them. This one is, let's see, 0.652 acres. Again, the same thing, and recommend conditional plan approval.
All right, any questions or discussion? Not hearing any, do we have a motion for conditional plan approval?
So moved, Harold.
I'll second it.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, I'm gonna request a deviation from this list because I'd like to do Palmerton Tractor Supply, which has many issues, and save that for last. I've been working with this for over a month with the engineer, and they still can't get it right.
Okay, so they're going out of order.
Lansford.
We're gonna go Front Row Investments, Lansford, PA. And this one, I do not understand it, but it's located right near the corner, a little bit down from Bob Silver's, Lansford, PA. And basically, they want to do a 2-lot subdivision. And they didn't fill anything for the one call system. The engineer or the surveyor hasn't signed it. I'll point out the engineer certified that he did a true and accurate field survey made by me in accordance with the Pennsylvania Manual of Practice. However, you show it on the plan, there's no meets or bounds, there's no pins where the lot line's supposed to be. They have here offer of dedication. They want to know that they want the borough to offer dedicating the streets that they already own to them. So I don't understand that. And the certification of ownership fine, Carbon County Planning Mission Review, but it's Borough of Lansford Planning Commission. Board of Supervisors approval should be the Borough Council. And proof of recording, Borough of Lansford Subdivision Land Development Ordinance Section XXX. They didn't fill that in. Let's see. Per Lansford zoning, there's no minimum lot area or lot width for any lot being serviced by central water and sewer. However, it does not meet the following rear yard, side yard, and lot coverage. There's no more than 75%. And this covers more than 75% of the lot. I pointed out that Lansford Borough adopted the Carbon County subdivision and land development ordinance by reference at a regular monthly meeting of the Lansford Borough Council on April 1st, 1986, as recorded in the Lansford Borough Council minutes, page 226, and listed in E-codes of Lansford Borough Part 2 General Legislation. I pointed out track boundary showing bearing distance is not shown, existing sewer and water mains for each proposed lot not shown. The small location map here in the corner, blank. Permanent reference lines to be shown between the lots, not shown. Certification of accuracy not completed. Engineering certification. Applicants should provide a valid explanation of why offer of dedication and acceptance of the dedication were shown in the plan. Carbon County Planning Commission review as shown should be revised to Lansford Borough Planning Commission. Proof of recording as shown in plan should be completed within the applicable section of Lansford Borough subdivision land development ordinances. Again, the one call, and my recommendation would be that we just reviewed this and we're shipping it up to Lansford for their final say.
Are there any questions, comments? Not hearing any, do we have a motion to provide the comments for discussion between Lansford Borough officials, Lansford Borough engineer, and the engineer surveyor responsible for the subdivision?
This is Dennis, so moved.
Harold, second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
The next one is the Kobach Enterprises, Inc. We had this last month as a lot consolidation plan. Now they want to subdivide that the one lot up on the mountainside, steep slopes. Complete it through, but they need more more acreage for this, lot 3. So what they're doing is splitting this up into lot 4, moving it down to lot 3 and taking this lot 5 and putting it as part of it. Well, basically, that's all they're doing. Two-lot subdivision. Public municipal water sewer again. Lot 1 is the brush and wooded covered land tracks, steep sloping conditions throughout. You couldn't build on them if you wanted to. Lot 3 is the brush and wooded covered tract, vacant industrial land tract, moderate sloping conditions throughout. There's several wetland areas at lot 3. Dennison Run was also noting on the western portion of the lot, and Broad Run was on the other end. Lot 4 is a brush and wooded covered land tract, steep sloping conditions throughout. Proposed lot 5 along the existing Hall Road is a vacant land tract, moderate sloping conditions throughout. Meets all the zoning ordinance requirements, and they requested a waiver which we granted last month on the plan scale because of the size of the land, the location map. They have a location map, but not at the scale. And the contours at vertical intervals and not more than 5 feet due to the size of the property. And various contours. Plan should be revised from lot line revision of map book volume 6, page 324 to minor subdivision lot line revision of map book 6, 324. A general note on the plan should be revised. They have the purpose of the plan is to annex lot 4 and lot 5 into lot 3. However, there's a subdivision, and they should include that on the general plan note. Area parcel 2, lot 2 parcel 1 before subdivision, 32.949 acres, does not agree with the 32.494 acres shown in the property deed description for lot 2. This is on the deeds. Plan is okay. Again, the total area after the subdivision of 103.955 acres is shown. The plan does not agree with the total acreage for the lots. It comes out to 103.870. A tenth of an acre is a lot when you're talking up here in the industrial park. Original endorsement signature placed directly in the record plan, and I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Okay, any questions or discussion? If not, then we have a motion for conditional plan approval.
Harold, I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 The ayes have it.
Next one is for the Coons. This is in Franklin Township. This is on the road down toward Perryville. On the back road, off Fireline Road. It's Elm Street going into the borough. Basically, what they're doing is subdividing. This is the lot original. They're taking this portion from this and combining it with Harrisdale. Everything, Wentz does a fine job on his plans. Everything's signed but the owner affidavit. And I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Any questions or comments?
There's no construction, nothing. Everything is existing. In fact, he was in the office talking to Jen, worried about I was gonna overcharge him on the fee, so
Do we have a motion for plan approval?
So moved.
Is,
Properly moved and seconded.
Second and Dennis?
I think so.
Okay.
did
All in
Did-
favor?
say aye?
Aye.
These lot lines
Opposed?
revisions are easy, so.
The ayes have it.
Next one is at 101 Buck Mountain Road. On the road to Whitehaven. It's just maybe 500 feet to the left of Buck Mountain. Combining one lot, 0.6677 acres. It's existing residential brush and wooded covered land tract. The proposed plan does not meet the front, rear, side, and lot coverage of the dimensional regulations. However, the proposed lot consolidation improves existing nonconformity. Again, the applicant should request waivers from the Lehigh Township zoning ordinance. Again, the dimensions of any existing structures, including accessory structures on and off parking areas, subject to the property not shown. Again, the applicant is requesting a waiver. Distance of all existing structures to lot lines, front, rear, and side, which will result in approval upon the plan not shown. Again, they're requesting a waiver. And wetland soils exist on the proposed combined lot. The wetland areas are not shown delineated within the mapping area of the proposed combined lot. They're way back here in the rear. And they don't affect this because there's no development taking place, and they do have them marked with ribbon. And they're doing another waiver request. And the contour lines do not meet the requirements. They want 2 foot, and the 5%, 2 foot waivers are shown in the plan, is shown in the plan. The applicant is requesting a waiver. And again, I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Any questions, comments? Do we have a motion for conditional plan approval?
So moved. This is Dennis.
Harold, second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Last one is Ranjay Marothi and Smitha Suresh lot consolidation again in Penn Forest Township. This is off of 534, right when you make the right to go out to the Colemanson Trails, way up on 534. There's a development that's tucked way back in the woods. Doesn't have any identifying signs. None of the roads are constructed, and there are no street signs. But it's a 2.27 acre tract. It's located at Black Bear Road. And basically, there's an existing brush and wooded covered land tract, slight to moderate slope conditions throughout. And on-site investigation revealed existing structure, the proposed lot. There is a pond shown on this plan that has no effect on what they're planning on doing. The certification and of the plan not signed. Significant natural features again on the trees. They went to this 216 is shown on plan. Applicant is requesting a waiver. And as shown on plan, the applicant is requesting a waiver from the SALDO requirement, which states in subdivision land developments where connection to a public sewer is not possible. On-lot sewage system shall be provided in accordance with Pennsylvania Sewage Facility Planning Act and the requirements of the municipal sewage enforcement officer. Each lot shall be provided with a tested, approved primary and secondary assertion area. And I pointed out the Carbon County Planning Commission, the first review and comment to this Penn Forest Township supervisors and engineers. They need documentation from the Penn Forest Township Sewage Enforcement Officer that the proposed combined lots has been approved for on-lot septic system. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that they want to put another secondary, they're going to abandon the original storage module and they want to do another site up there. Man. However, I would recommend conditional plan approval because they already got their permits and started.
Any questions or discussion? If not, do we have a motion for conditional plan approval?
Engineers,
Harold, I'll make the motion.
very thorough. They're on lot septic design and everything we submitted, so.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving
Last
on.
but not least, it was submitted as a minor's, a land development plan, and Tolminson Township engineer says, yo, hold on. You're combining lots, you're subdividing lots, you have to come in with a subdivision and lot line revision plan before you submit your land development plan, which they didn't. They have an issue. Howell and Associates did the subdivision plan. And there's a lot of things that are missing. Number one, there's an existing residence there, but they never located the storage, the on-lot source system. With this land development plan, they're gonna pave over that and put a parking lot on top of it, but don't explain how they're gonna do it. They went out and did. That's still, okay, they did. While we're on it. They did an Alta survey. Yes, they went out to get this, and they did an Alta survey of all the lots, and they put them on here on this plan. However, you cannot record this plan because there's no plan notes that are on this sheet over here. And this has 51394, which I pointed out to them 3 weeks ago. It's still shown as 510, 511. And even on their land development plan, it's still shown as 511, the 513, which it should be, but you can't record a plan with the not the right direct, the dimensions or whatever in the plan notes and the signatures. So basically, I would recommend, on the land development plan, they recommend our approval for Westmoreland County. So, and here's the 513, but 511, it's a conflict, and they can't record the land development plan because it doesn't match the subdivision plan. So I would basically recommend conditional plan rejection of the subdivision plan first. That was the recommendation from Lower Tolminson engineer, and then have them do the subdivision plan first, record it the way it should be, then come back. There's two competing engineering firms doing this plan, and they're not agreeing. There's issues. I was supposed to get a cleaner copy of that plan Monday or today, and I haven't received it yet, so that's nothing I can do. So I would just recommend conditional plan rejection for the land development portion of this.
Do we have any questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion for a conditional plan rejection for the plan development?
Harold, I'll make that motion.
All right, that's it.
Or do we have a second?
I'll second.
Go.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. And we are on to technical documentation.
We received two from Banks Township and Packard Township, the zoning ordinance amendment regarding data centers and data center accessory uses. And I went through all their what they submitted, and I basically ripped it apart because they're still referencing the old sections of their zoning ordinance, which is minor. And then I just added the data center campus and integrated development of multiple data centers that may include data center accessory uses. Most of these are going to come in, they're not going to be one building, they're going to be a bunch of them, so it's going to be a campus. Then we go over here. They want to put in 5043, and it doesn't belong there. They should inserted in section 707 supplementary regulations for conditional uses and add a new section 709.9 and then put all these things in here. And although both documents, the height of the building, varies from 60 foot in one to 50 foot in another, but they should say where they're gonna measure from lowest adjacent grade to the top of the roof, inclusive of anything they're gonna put on top, any satellites. And then I put a minimum lot area, 30 contiguous acres, and I put may need to be revised. They're gonna have to go through these documents. Landscape buffer, they point out what they need, deciduous trees, ornamental flowers, shrubs. However, I put in the planting shall be maintained to ensure survivability for a minimum of 2 years. The data center owner will be responsible for replacing any plantings listed that do not survive the first 2 years. Again, the screening and fencing, I put it out, it should be screened by an acoustical barrier from viewing using one or more of the other means. I don't know why I coughed. Let's go, yeah, they didn't have anything in their ordinance that each data center shall be entirely surrounded by an 8-foot high black poly coated chain link fence or other materials approved by the Board of Supervisors. The noise and vibration, they're requiring sound studies, but if they find any deficiencies, the owner or occupant of the data storage center shall promptly remediate the violation. Again, on design of the water system, the complete design of the water system showing the connection to the existing system shall be provided. And they go through a pretty list, a comprehensive list. They want to know the water demands of the data center, source of the water, description of how the water will be used, including the amount of proportion of water used for each purpose, cooling, humidity control, fire suppression, and domestic usage, long-term safe yield of the water sources, a description of the amount of the portion of the water withdrawn that will be recycled, discharged, and by what means, a geologic map of the area within a radius of at least 1 mile from the site, location of all existing and proposed wells within 1,000 feet of the boundary, with a notation of the capacity of all high-yield wells. Put some more right back here. Okay. They want to know the location of all surface waters. They want to know the effects of the proposed water supply system on the quantity and quality of water nearby wells, surface water and groundwater table. And they want a statement of the qualifications and signature of the person responsible. And the applicant shall provide proof of review and approval from the Delaware River Basin Commission for the projects proposing water withdrawals of 100,000 gallons per day or more over a 10-day average from any source of combinations of sources within the Delaware River Basin, or any consumptive water use of 20,000 gallons or more over a 10-day average. And again, this is portion of storage, and there's nothing in the ordinance for any storage for these data centers. And if they have to, if there is connecting, they have to demonstrate how they're going to do it. If not, they have to demonstrate safe and adequate on-lot storage disposal capacity, including a report of the flow generations map showing sewage disposal areas along with the conveyance, infrastructure, treatment tanks and equipments, and approved by the sewage enforcement officer. Power supply, they need an interconnection agreement, documentation from the applicable electrical service provider, and all above ground fuel storage areas require secondary containment and spill prevention measures. Utility lines, to the extent practical, utility lines including but not limited to electronic, fiber optic, cable, and telephone lines from some substations to a data center and/or data center campus shall be placed underground. And it's not, does not apply if the utility company requires above ground lines. The emergency management, they need an emergency response plan and/or fire protection plan. And it goes through here, what they require. And these battery storages, which catch fire pretty recently on these windmills, Any proposed energy storage system shall be located entirely within an enclosed building or enclosed buildings. The building shall be located at a minimum distance of 200 feet from any proposed, or from any property or street line right-of-ways. The applicant shall propose containment facilities on the site to store any leakage from stored battery cells, the cascading failure of battery cells, or the release of stored energy during an incident. The facility shall have the capacity to completely contain all released materials within an earthen impoundment, underground tank, and all released materials within an earthen impoundment, underground tank, or other storage facility. And that should be completely lined with a composite liner made of geomembrane along with a geosynthetic clay liner to prevent infiltration into the underlying soils. And all the, excuse me again, all materials stored within the containment facility shall be disposed of in accordance with the applicable United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. I put a whole, the aesthetics, they have a change, and they have to, a building facade that faces the road, R1 or R2 zoning districts, must incorporate at least two of the following design elements every 150 horizontal feet: a change in building material pattern, texture, or color, change in building height, building setbacks or recesses having a minimum depth of 5 feet. I added impervious cover may not exceed 75% of the total lot area, and at least 10% of the total lot area, excluding stormwater management facilities, must be designated green or open space. And parking, they want one parking space per 8,000 square feet of floor, or one parking space for every one employee based upon the maximum number of employees. I put it in there that they should provide handicap parking spaces according to the zoning ordinance. All facilities with gated entrances should provide for an on-site queuing area for the stacking of a minimum of one tractor trailer. The gated entrances shall also be provided with a Knox box type device dictated by the Banks Township Fire Department, so they can get rapid entrance in case of an incident. No parking or unloading zones shall be permitted along any public road. A minimum of one off-street loading area shall be provided for each data center or centers. Again, I have an environmental impacts statement that I added that wasn't in there in this proposed ordinance. And an environmental impact assessment shall be performed and submitted. An assessment shall be prepared by a professional environmental engineer, ecologist, environmental planner, or other qualified individual. An assessment shall include a description of the proposed use, including location, relationship to other projects proposed, with adequate data and detail for the township to assess the environmental impact. The assessment shall also include a comprehensive description of the existing environment and the probable future effects of the proposal. The description shall focus on the elements of the environment: air pollution, hazardous air emissions, dust, dirt, smoke, vapor, and odor control, most likely to be affected, as well as potential regional effects and ecological interrelationships. It should show any potential for public nuisance to residents resulting from operations, including, again, noise, glare, light, and visual obstacles. A stormwater plan should be included with the environmental impact statements. And in addition to the above, the impact statement should include any critical impact areas, condition, or features which is environmentally sensitive, or which, if disturbed during construction, would adversely affect the environment. Critical impact areas include, but are not limited to, floodplains, riparian buffers, streams, wetlands, slopes greater than 15%, highly acidic or highly erodible soils, hydric soils, hydraulic wells, soils groups, areas of high water table and mature stands of native vegetation, and aquifer recharge and discharge areas. I added a section here, the photometric plan shall be provided showing all exterior lightings for the data center, and I go through what the requirements for, and exterior lighting should not be mounted higher than 38 feet on the standard or freestanding support or the exteriors of the structure from the lowest adjacent grade. picture shall be fully shielded and cut off so no direct light at a downward angle towards the interior of the lot and not to or higher than the horizontal plane of the bulb enclosure or light shielding. I added another section, construction hours, which wasn't in there. And they can only operate between 7 AM and 6 PM, and the township may permit additional construction hours by administrative modifications upon request by the applicant. I put another one in here for signs. They all should comply to the zoning ordinance. Decommissioning, not, only one of them had it. I think Copper's the only one that had decommissioning in there. Banks didn't have it. And if they stop using of this data center, I don't know, maybe, we agree, 15 years, they might come up with better technology, how to do this. And these buildings will be shells unless they want to reuse them. And big one here is public inquiries, complaints. I added that the facility operator is required to maintain a phone number and identify responsible person for the public to contact them inquiries and complaints of the life of the project. And the facility operator should be required to make reasonable effort to respond to the public inquiries and complaints. And that's it for both of Banks and Packer. We're gonna, did you send them up? I'm gonna send these up.
We can send them after the meeting.
Okay, yeah, I have letters that I send them, so we'll send these up too. These will go to the Banks and Packer for their review and comment, and they'll get back to us.
So Ivan, just to clarify, you put this together?
No,
No?
there was a boilerplate ordinance put forth for Carbon County, and basically what they did is took this and added what they wanted in there. But I looked at it myself and I'm saying, whoa, there has to be more put into this. So that's what I did here. I could send you after this meeting, Dennis. I can email you.
Okay. So you edited what the boilerplate was.
Yes, I have all these things that I added are in red.
Okay.
And hopefully we get more municipalities on board before they do these. I don't know, but that PPNO one is 2027. That's when they propose on bringing it down, so gives me a time to. Next is the DES Chapter 102 permits, the plan agency review for Bollinger State Solar Park. We sent that out email. Again, the Millen family for the county plan agency review for the Lehighton Ford relocation. They want to know how we have an adopted county comprehensive plan if it meets it, which this would. We got a right to know request for the tax parcel up there. It's in the KOEZ lot for the Exeter Blue Ridge Land Development Plan. That is the warehouse up there. It's existing. It's in a KOZ zone. And basically what we keep getting, and I keep calling DEP and I call up the Carbon County Conservation District, and DEP closed this file a year ago. And the Conservation District agrees with me. However, they keep coming to the county wanting us to force Kidder Township to do the inspections and all their sedimentation ponds and things like that, which we have no authority to do. And we keep telling her that, and we keep getting different write-ups every time. So. And the next one is the Morris Solar Park in Kidder Township. And the chapter county notification, again, in chapter 102 permits, it asks, is there an adopted county or multi-county comprehensive plan? And I checked yes. If yes to one, is the proposed consistent with the county plan? And I checked no. And is there a DEP approved Act 167 stormwater management plan? Yes, and I referred it to the Carbon County Conservation District. But I called Kidder Township up, and it does does not match the county plan for the comprehensive plan to preserve our wetlands, our forests and stuff, things like that. And that's it.
All right.
I know I'll be hearing from them up there in Kidder again and more solar, but that's where they want to put that 300 acre, 100 acre, 8,000 solar panels through wetlands on I basically like a 12-foot road going through wetlands the road was put in with no permitting at all.
Thank you, Ivan. No old business. However, under new business, we have nominations for the Carbon Conservation District Board of Directors. David or Jen, do you have any additional information to add?
I do not, I did not receive any other nominations, so I would need, motions for reappointment for each person.
All right, so do we have a motion to reappoint Scott Moser for Farm Director?
So move. It's Dennis.
Harold, second.
Properly moved and seconded, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. And do we have a motion for Merle Hunsiger for Public Director?
Harold, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Any correspondence?
I think Dave has 2 letters. of-
Yeah, I just had two, Jim Thorpe requesting LSA, support letter for LSA funding. One was the statewide funding for, public safety radio equipment. And also one from the Monroe County LSA grant for, Ada Packer Mansion HVAC project.
Thank you. And we have no visitors today. So.
I did that already. We reviewed it. We recommend the conditional plan rejection of the subdivision plan.
Thanks. No other questions from the media. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Harold, I'll make the motion.
Do you have a second?
Roger, you.
I'll second.
So, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. 2000.